Hey everybody, so it's Monday morning. We're getting started with the milking. Started the skid loader up to get it warming up a while. I'll be back in a few minutes to grab it and bed the first half of the barn up. I'm getting the second group of cows over now. Clean these stalls all up and then we'll go get the skid loader bedded up. Half the barn is ready for bedding now. Just chasing the last of group 2 into the holding area. Megan will keep working at milking those while I go in bed. So where would you guys like to see from? Should I set you on the gate there? Should I put you up here on the skid loader? I think this would be kind of cool. Had some people asking if we still have number 482. She's still coming in the parlor first most of the time. Pen 1 can walk back in their group now. Could take the skid loader back and then go help milk. Do it yourselves. We finished up the milking for this morning. Everything's cleaned up. Just talking to Dad about what we're gonna do today. Got some cattle to move around, some to sell. A couple things we need to fix as well. Gonna go have some breakfast first though. Not a very nice one out there today. Chilly, cloudy, windy. First thing we're gonna do this morning is move some cattle around. We got a couple cows to sell and then some heifers to haul up from the other farm. Just gonna hook the cattle trailer up. We'll get started. See how I did. It's gonna be right on the money. I just have a feeling. Not too far off the money. Gonna back right up there. We'll load 2 cows in. We actually haven't sold too many cows the last couple months here because the barn's been not quite full. Haven't had any need to send any really. There's a lot of cows having calves the next month, so we got a few cows we're gonna start selling. One laying right there, 224. She's been one of our best cows for the last number of years. She's still producing pretty well. Her milk quality is really dropping off though, and we just can't get it under control. Somatic cell count is the milk quality score, and just one cow that's really high can raise your whole herd by 25%. Wind is really whipping in here. We might have to start closing some curtains. There's a hawk in the parlor. Look at that. I saw the Hulk down there with a dead bird. And then I saw Casey, my dog, chasing after them both. I thought my dog was gonna try and grab the Hulk, but apparently it flew up into the ceiling before she got her. Right there's the other cow we're gonna sell, 398. So this one here milks sort of like a Jersey. She doesn't make a lot of fluid, but the milk fat and protein levels are pretty high. We decided not to breed her again. Her production is just not quite good enough. Even with the high percentages, it's still pretty low. Right now I'm driving this robot back to home base. Every couple days lately, it's been running off track. Comes out of its charger, and it has a little bit too much of an angle and ends up stopping right out here. And we think it's because the wheels are wearing out. It's causing it to get a little offline. We're actually getting some new wheels today. We're gonna try and replace them. It has an ultrasound sensor right here. It's supposed to run straight across, and then it picks up the wall there and knows where it's at. But I guess if it just gets a little too far out, it'll just keep driving and then stop when it gets confused. I'm gonna go get this 398 chaser out of the pen. This is 398. She seems to store a lot of fat on her body. Just doesn't turn it into milk like most of the cows do. I suspect she might be eating more than her fair share for the amount of milk she's producing. Probably not the most efficient cow. So then I just have one bull calf to take. I think this is the guy we're looking for. You a bull? Yep. So I'm about to head out with the cattle. My dad's gonna put some of these curtains down. It's getting windy. Oh, that thing's geared up pretty fast. In our new barn, we're spoiled. We have 4 switches to control the curtains. You just have to hit a switch. It's pretty nice. I was in there getting ready to load those cows, and there's a red-tailed hawk flying around down inside the parlor.
In the parlor?
Yeah.
Going after birds, I guess.
Yeah, it had a bird, and then Casey started chasing it. I was afraid she was gonna grab it. I don't know, that thing might give Casey a bad day. It's nice to get some of them curtains down. We don't want to get too excited because it's still gonna get warm again. So I dropped those cows off at the sale barn. Now brought Dad down to our rented farm. We have the heifers, pregnant heifers. We're gonna load 6 onto the trailer, take them up because they're due in December. The farthest one we don't need. These heifers are all pregnant, due within the next 7 months. We'll just come down and haul some back whenever they're getting closer to having their calf. So we're just gonna put these in the dry cow barn. So we have 24 cows due to have a calf in December, and then those 6 heifers as well. So that's 30 fresh animals in a month. We usually have about 20 in a month, so our barn's gonna be getting pretty full. We're gonna have to sell some more animals, and we're actually thinking of selling a couple of those heifers that we just moved there at the dairy sale this week. It's about time to start the afternoon milking. I'm not milking, but wanted to get the one milker working. This morning we had to skip it the whole time. The 1/4 wasn't working right. So we run these IQ milkers from Gia. It's 4 different compartments. It has these little balls in them that the milker won't suck until you actually put it up against the cow, and then it'll pull that ball into place, and it'll actually start sucking, so it doesn't pull dirt in as much, doesn't make as much noise. It's not making a shh sound as soon as it starts. So I'm gonna put this back together. I think we figured out what the problem was. A lot of milkers just have one big compartment that all 4 of them go into, but these are Just a little different than most. They rarely give issues though. They're pretty reliable most of the time. There was just a little piece of dirt stuck on the one part in the quarter that wasn't working. We got that cleaned up now. You hear those metal balls shaking around. Once the system's on, there's a vacuum, and you plug one of them, it pulls the ball up into place, and then it'll start sucking. This is your milk line that has the vacuum, and the pulsation line that causes the squeezing action. We're gonna start milking in a couple minutes. I'll come back and check on it then. Now we're gonna head out to the barn and work at our robot feed pusher. Got the new wheels for it. Some tools that I think we're gonna need. I don't know, might have to come back and get something else. Set the robot up on a block. Just need one to keep it off the ground a little bit. That's good. Wheels are off the ground, a couple inches there. We're not gonna be able to get the wheels off without taking this part off. This thing's got a lot of weight to it. This is a big old concrete block in the middle, and they have a battery sitting down in there. Brain of the machine right here. I'm sure some of you remember about a year ago we replaced the wheels on this thing. We had tried a different type of wheel. They actually ended up not working out for us. We, after a few days, took them off, put the old ones back on because they were slipping even worse. So we had kind of retreaded the old ones. They worked for a while, but we're getting to the point we need a new set. So we're getting the exact same type, putting them back on. What is that, 3/4 or?
Yeah, 3/4.
I guess those bolts that hold the wheels on are metric. Got a couple of metric sockets and some other things we might need.
Nice when you have grease on there, then it slips right off.
Yeah, last year we had so much trouble getting these off because they were sticking to the shaft there, but put some grease on that helped. So that was this way. Let's make sure we get this one on the same way. You can see the diameter is different there, and it was affecting its ability to drive straight, I think. So I brought this back to the shop. That wheel change went really easy. We didn't set it down because Fonzie stole our skid loader. He's scraping the dry cow barn. I guess he needed it to push some manure. We got the robot 4 years ago, and these are the original wheels. The one that runs on the tile doesn't wear near as quick as the one on the concrete. And I think that's why we were having trouble, is because of the difference in size, with this one being so much more worn out. So last year when those new tires we put on didn't work, we got a tool that cuts new tread into rubber like this, and we just cut these treads in. They were pretty much smooth. That actually worked pretty good for a while, but you can see they're completely starting to break down. It's crazy to think I didn't even have my YouTube channel when we got that robot feed pusher. I guess Dad got the skid loader. We'll go get this thing set back up. So those new tires we tried last year, they worked really good on the concrete if the concrete was slick, but the tile they just slipped on. It didn't work at all on the tile, so we couldn't use them. It's set and ready to go. It runs about once an hour. I'm hoping with those new wheels it'll be a little more consistent, run straighter. We won't have trouble with it stopping out here. It's about 2:15 in the afternoon. Milkers just got the special needs group, which is the last group of cows to milk. These are the pre-fresh cows. We're gonna chase a few up from the dry cow barn that are due pretty soon. Got some space in here now because we've had some calves. Dad and I and Fonzie are gonna do that now, and then I'm gonna mix feed. Try to get done in decent time today. I guess I'll end the video here. I really appreciate you guys watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.